friends, welcome to Christ Kids TV. Let us begin with a prayer. Dear God, help us to be patient during this Christmas season, even when it can be really, really hard. Help us also remember that the reason we have Christmas is to celebrate the birth of your Son, Jesus. And all God's children said, Amen. Y'all have a good week. See ya.
Silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens, there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Shepherds feared and trembled when low above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed our Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
And now it's time for the memory verse.
Hi, I'm Declan.
And I'm Caitlin.
Today we're going to do the memory verse for Isaiah 9:6.
Let's begin.
A child is born to us, a son is given to us, and authority will be on his shoulders. He will be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God. Thank you. Have a good day or night, whatever time it is. Thank you. Bye.
After time, after time, after time.
Hey kids, welcome to Christ Kids TV. It's Pastor Scott, and I want to talk about Advent. I know we don't talk about Advent a lot. Most of the time it's Christmas, but Advent is kind of that preparation. You know, like when their spaceship goes up, they have a countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, all the way down to 1 and blast off. Advent is kind of like that because every week for 4 weeks, we light another candle. And with each candle, we get closer and closer to Christmas. And each time, we get a little bit more excited. This coming Sunday, we're going to light the 3rd candle of our Advent wreath. And if you've got an Advent wreath at home, you can do the same. So as we light this candle, we're going to talk about on Sunday about Jesus and the many names of Jesus. Do you know Jesus had a lot of different names? You know, I think about this. My dad's name is Richard. But throughout his whole life, depending on how old he was called different nicknames. Like he was called Dick or Dickie or Rich or Rick or Ricky. Same guy, different times in his life, with different people, different names. Now, I bet the same is true for you as well. Maybe you've got a name and maybe you got a little nickname, or maybe your parents call you kind of fun little, cute little name as well. I mean, my son, who's 27, graduating from school here soon, you know, when he was younger, we called him Nader Doodles. He doesn't like that anymore. Or my daughter, who's 30, grew up in the church just like you. We called her Hannah Banana. She doesn't like that anymore either. We kind of grow out of some of those names. Think about the funny names that you have been given. Same person, same son, same daughter, different names. Now, what about Jesus? Do you know how many names are given to Jesus in the Bible? I bet you have no idea. Just take a guess. Throw out a name. Throw out a number. 5? 10? Do you know in the Bible there are about 200 names that are given to Jesus? Things like Lamb of God, Son of Man, Son of God, Messiah, Christ, Prince of Peace, and so on. But in Isaiah chapter 9, written about 700 years before Jesus was born, the prophet Isaiah had 4 names for Jesus, and I know you're memorizing them now during Advent. Let me read those to you again. Isaiah chapter 9, for a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name will be, here are the 4 names, Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Now, those are only the 4 of the 200 names for Jesus. Same person, but different names. Now, when we're talking today about Mighty God, one of Jesus' names, Mighty God. And you know why we use that name? Because Jesus was a really smart teacher. And Jesus was a very kind healer. And Jesus was an amazing miracle worker. But he did all of those things because Jesus was God in the flesh. Jesus was God with skin on him. Isn't that amazing? The Gospel of John says this, and Jesus, or the Word, became flesh. That is God's own self became flesh and dwelt among us, full of grace and truth. Dwelt among us. Some translations say, and he pitched his tent among us. Other ones said, he moved into the neighborhood to be with us. But the reason that this is so stunning is that this Jesus is God in the flesh. That makes him mighty. That makes him mighty. So as you're looking at this baby Jesus in the arms of Mary, realize that when she's holding this baby so small, she's holding God, mighty God. And when she kisses her baby on the cheek, she is kissing the very face of God. There's a lot of names for Jesus, but the one this week I want you to memorize and remember is he is mighty God. 3 weeks, just a couple more to go, and we celebrate Jesus. Thanks for joining us.
Hi guys, welcome to another week on Christ Kids TV where we're going to learn more about our nativity scene and the people that go in it. But first, it's a little hot in here, so I'm going to take off my sweatshirt real quick. Yeah. That ought to do the trick. Whoa, where'd you come from? Oh, me? I came from the sweatshirt. But that's impossible. Oh, anything's possible with the power of God. That is true. But you know what? This is kind of convenient because this reminds me that we're not adding one, but two people to our nativity scene this week. Oh, who are we adding? Well, we're adding Mary and Joseph this week. You know what? I have Joseph right here. And I got Mary right here. There, yeah. Let's put them in. Yeah. Awesome. That's nice. Well, thanks for joining us this week, and we're going to learn even more about Mary and Joseph. See ya. Oh no. He disappeared. Ooh, I got it. This keeps happening every time.
Hey friends, it is Advent, and today we are lighting the third candle, which means we are getting closer and closer to Christmas, and I am so excited. I am preparing my heart, getting ready to celebrate the birth of Jesus. And here at Christ Kids TV, we're doing several different fun things for Advent. First, we're learning about the names of Jesus, and Pastor Scott just told us there are over 200 of them. I can't imagine having over 200 names. But so far, we've learned Wonderful Counselor, and today we're talking about Mighty God. And Jesus was a smart teacher and kind healer, an amazing miracle worker, just like Pastor Scott told us, but he was also a mighty God. He didn't start out that way though, and that's why we're learning the Christmas story. We are learning about the Nativity. And remember last week, we learned about the angel and how angels are God's messengers, and they brought stories and information to people like Mary and Joseph about the birth of Jesus. So today, we need to figure out how Mary and Joseph got to that stable in a town called Bethlehem. So let's go and watch this movie and learn a little bit how Mary and Joseph ended up so far away from home in a stable to have the mighty God, baby Jesus. Watch this video and we'll talk about it.
Everyone was ordered to go to their hometown so they could be counted. Joseph had to take Mary to Bethlehem, the town where he was from. Bethlehem was very far away.
Excuse me, Shepherd. Do you know how far Bethlehem is?
It's a long trip. 70 miles from here.
Don't worry, Mary.
I won't. I feel very safe with you, Joseph.
For you see, Mary was expecting the new baby to arrive soon.
Thank you, Shepherd.
God be with you.
And with you too.
By day, they traveled many miles.
We're more than halfway there.
I'm sure we'll be there in no time.
Here, Mary. It's nice and cool.
Thanks. I'm so thirsty.
At night, they slept in the open air. The next afternoon, they saw a sign. Bethlehem was only 3 miles away.
We're almost there.
Soon we'll be in a comfortable room at the inn.
There were many travelers in Bethlehem that night.
Where can I get a good meal?
Where's the inn?
Where's a good place to stay?
Good evening, kind man. Can you tell us how to get to the inn?
Of course. Why not take the shortcut? Just go around this corner, then up the steep hill. You'll pass the granary, then go right, then left, then 2 rights, then your second left, then let's see. Right, left, and you're there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Huh?
Excuse me. Do you know where the inn is?
Sure, it's right at the end of this street.
It is?
That's wonderful.
Thank you, little girl.
You're welcome. God be with you.
And with you too. It was closer than we thought.
We're here.
Yes. Quit pushing.
I'd like a room for my wife and myself.
So would everyone. We have too many people here now. My husband keeps saying yes, yes, yes. Tonight, we'll have to sleep in the kitchen.
But we've been traveling for days.
What's going on here?
They want a room. What else?
I'm sorry. We really have no more space at all.
My wife is very tired.
We came from very far away.
Yes, so have a lot of people.
And my wife is expecting a baby.
I'll tell you what I can do. We have a stable out back. It's full of animals, but at least you'll have a roof over your heads. It'll be warmer and safer than sleeping out in the open.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Come, I'll show you. You have some important company. I hope you'll be comfortable here. It's the best I can do.
Thank you.
We're very grateful. Let's try and make the best of it.
That was a really long journey that Mary and Joseph had to go on in order to get to Bethlehem. I expect they were exhausted when they finally got there, and then they couldn't find anywhere to stay. There were no hotels, there were no inns, there were no homes, so they ended up in a stable. That's kind of like a barn where the animals live. It's hard to believe that this is the story of the birth of Jesus, the wonderful counselor and mighty God, but it is. So now we know that the angels told Mary and Joseph that they were going to have a very special baby boy. Then there was a long journey to a stable in Bethlehem, and pretty soon Jesus is coming. So come back next week and let's continue to learn about the names of Jesus and also the Christmas story. See you next time.
Thanks for joining us this week on Christ Kids TV.